Imagine waking up one day and suddenly realizing your body just won't cooperate anymore. Your legs feel shaky. Your arms feel like they're weighed down. And even the simplest movements become a struggle. It's not about age. It's linked to a habit you repeat day in and day out. Without even realizing it's slowly and almost imperceptibly draining your strength. One of the harmful habits is sleep deprivation, which is when you get less than 7 hours of sleep a night. Sleep plays a crucial role in muscle health. Yet its importance is often underestimated. While you sleep, your body doesn't just rest. It repairs tissues, regulates hormones, and renews muscle fibers that get worn out during the day. If you consistently don't get enough sleep, your body's processes can become disrupted. A lack of sleep, among other things, reduces the production of growth hormone, which is essential for maintaining muscle mass in adults. As a result, your muscles can gradually thin out, even if you eat well and exercise regularly. Moreover, constant fatigue from insufficient sleep lowers your energy levels and desire to engage in physical activity, which only exacerbates muscle wear and increases discomfort. Can muscle condition improve if you start getting better sleep? Absolutely, yes. I have a few simple tips that I'd like to share. Here are some straightforward suggestions. Try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. About an hour or two before bedtime, it's best to put away your phone and other gadgets, as well as dim the lights. Before you sleep, it can be helpful to spend some quiet time stretching, lying with your legs up against the wall, or reading. If you notice that you frequently wake up during the night, pay attention to your diet. It might be the reason for your sleep disturbances. By the way, it doesn't make much sense to worry about the quality of your sleep if you're eating things in the morning that can harm your muscles. Let's take a look at why nutrition can sometimes impact your muscles just as much as poor sleep. One of the most common mistakes, especially among older adults, is not getting enough good quality protein in their diet. As we age, our bodies actually need more protein, not less. Many people reduce their protein intake by eating less meat, eggs, legumes, or dairy. The reasons vary. Some have digestive issues, others follow misleading advice, or they simply have developed different eating habits. As a result, the body doesn't get enough protein, and without it, muscles can't recover properly and maintain their strength, leading to gradual weakening. It's like trying to build a house without the necessary number of bricks. It's important to pay attention not just to the quantity, but also to the quality of protein. The most valuable and easily digestible protein is found in both animal products, such as fish, meat, eggs, and natural yogurt, as well as in plant sources like beans, chickpeas, soy, quinoa, and nuts. By including a variety of protein sources in your diet, you can obtain a complete set of essential amino acids. Ideally, each main meal should contain at least 1 serving of high-quality protein. It's important not to limit your carbohydrate intake to just bread or rice, which is a common practice among older adults. There's another crucial detail to consider. When muscles weaken and start to hurt, many people try to cope by using painkillers or anti-inflammatory medications, thinking they are addressing the problem. What's most frightening is that your muscles could be deteriorating right now, even as you watch this video. You won't feel any pain or notice any particular signs until one day you find yourself unable to get out of bed or make it to the bathroom without assistance. The root of this issue lies in a very common habit. In reality, taking these medications incorrectly or for extended periods can actually harm your muscles. Now, I'll explain why this is essential to understand. This might change the way you view treatment for muscle pain. One of the most common mistakes is frequently relying on pain relievers and anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, diclofenac, naproxen, or acetaminophen. These medications are easy to obtain at the pharmacy, which is why many people take them almost without a second thought. However, few realize that excessive reliance on these pills can speed up the development of muscle weakness and even lead to sarcopenia, a gradual loss of muscle mass, often without the individual noticing. Here's how it works. The issue is that regular use of anti-inflammatory medications interferes with the body's natural processes of muscle recovery and growth. Yes, the pain may subside, but along with it, the body loses its ability to recover and strengthen muscle tissue. Additionally, frequent use of these drugs can harm the liver, kidneys, or stomach, which in turn can hinder the absorption of essential nutrients needed for muscle health. And that's not the only issue. Muscle pain is often linked not just to physical exertion or injuries, but also to what we eat every day. Certain foods can trigger inflammation and fatigue in the body, and many people are unaware that they are harming themselves on a regular basis. Next, I'll discuss the foods that are particularly harmful to muscles as they gradually break them down. These harmful products can be found not only in obviously unhealthy fast food, but also in items that are often marketed as healthy. One of the bad habits is consuming sugary sodas, processed meats, white bread, and products made from refined flour, fried foods, and fast food. This category also includes vegetable oils like sunflower, corn, soybean, and canola oils, along with processed sweets, desserts, and excessive amounts of alcohol, energy drinks, and products containing artificial sweeteners. These items share a common trait. They trigger inflammation, worsen gut microbiota, and hinder the body's ability to absorb essential nutrients. They are high in empty calories, but nearly devoid of what our muscles truly need. When such products are a regular part of your diet, it becomes harder for your body to recover and maintain muscle health. Think about how many of these items are currently sitting in your fridge or pantry. The next habit shows that even if you eat well, neglecting one important aspect can lead to a gradual loss of muscle strength. The fifth mistake is ignoring strength training. As people age, many consider these workouts too difficult or unnecessary and stop doing them. But this is a big mistake. Strength training, such as exercises with dumbbells or resistance bands, helps maintain and rebuild muscle at any age. After the age of 30, we begin to lose about 3 to 8% of our muscle mass every decade, which increases the risk of falls and injuries. Just 30 minutes of strength exercises 2 to 3 times a week can make a noticeable difference. Even in older age, you can strengthen your muscles, support bone health, and reduce the effects of sarcopenia. All of this helps decrease muscle pain, fatigue, and makes you more independent. If you avoid strength training out of fear or think you're taking care of your body by doing so, you're actually just speeding up muscle loss. On the surface, it seems harmless, but in reality, it speeds up the development of sarcopenia, a condition where muscles gradually lose strength and mass. This issue doesn't just affect you. Millions of elderly people around the world are facing the same thing. Today, I will share with you the 10 most harmful habits that weaken our muscles, ranked from the least dangerous to the most destructive. But there's another common mistake that is often overlooked. Let's talk about it. One of the harmful habits is drinking too little water. Good hydration is essential for proper muscle function. Imagine muscles as an engine. They need not only fuel, but also lubrication to operate smoothly. In this case, water serves as that lubrication. When you don't drink enough, muscles become less flexible, recover poorly after exertion, and may lead to aches, cramps, and a feeling of stiffness. Insufficient water intake can also hinder blood circulation, causing muscles to receive fewer nutrients. As a result, they become weaker and more prone to pain. Few people know that water is essential not only for muscles, but also for bones. Without it, bones wear out faster. A lack of hydration can lead to issues such as osteoporosis and sarcopenia. Think about whether you're drinking enough water to keep your muscles and bones healthy. A simple guideline is that your urine should be light and clear, and you should feel well overall. You can calculate your daily water intake using this formula. Multiply your weight by 30 to get the number of milliliters of water you need each day. Keep in mind that not all drinks quench your thirst equally well. Coffee, tea, soda, and alcohol can even contribute to dehydration, so it's best not to overindulge in them. Let's talk about the 3 most harmful habits that hinder your muscles from being strong. In third place is the regular consumption of refined sugar. Many people already know that sugar isn't particularly healthy, but few consider how significantly it impacts muscle health. When you consume sweets, whether it's soda, store-bought juices, pastries, or white bread, your insulin levels spike sharply. This not only affects your blood sugar levels, but also hinders muscle recovery and triggers chronic inflammation in the body. If this happens consistently, it can harm not just your muscles, but also your bones. As a result, even if you work out, your muscles won't recover properly, and the aging process accelerates. My advice is this: if a product doesn't look like it was just harvested or freshly prepared without unnecessary additives, you should reconsider whether you really need it. It's better to replace processed foods and sweets with something more natural, like fresh fruits or nuts. By the way, have you ever thought about how skipping breakfast or choosing the wrong one can impact your muscles? In this second habit, I want to talk about breakfast, specifically how harmful it can be to skip it or opt for something completely unsuitable. Many people think they can get by with just a cup of coffee and some bread, but in reality, that only harms their muscles. And I'll give you a heads up. The first one on this list might surprise you. Thousands of people do it every day, believing they are doing the right thing. Let's get started. If your first meal consists of simple carbohydrates with no nutritional value, you're slowing down your metabolism and hindering muscle recovery. When someone regularly skips breakfast, the body starts to conserve energy. This means that muscles aren't getting the essential nutrients they need, and over time, they begin to waste away, especially if there are other dietary mistakes being made. Older adults often choose breakfast items like sweet coffee and white bread, which contain only quick carbohydrates and lack the protein and fats that are essential for maintaining muscle mass. The solution is simple. Just make a few adjustments to your breakfast. Opt for foods that are high in protein, such as eggs, natural yogurt, or a piece of chicken. This type of breakfast helps muscles recover and keeps the body energized. Be sure to include healthy fats in your diet, found in avocados, nuts, and extra virgin olive oil. These fats are important not only for overall well-being, but also for better absorption of vitamins. Complex carbohydrates are also important. You can find them in whole grain oats, whole grain bread, and fruits with skin. They provide long-lasting energy, do not cause sharp spikes in blood sugar, and contain fiber that aids in digestion. Another common mistake is ignoring preventive checkups with a doctor. Many people avoid these checkups because they feel fine, but this can backfire. Serious conditions like hypertension, diabetes, kidney or liver issues, and vitamin deficiencies, including vitamin D, often do not show symptoms for a long time. By the time the first symptoms appear, the illness may have progressed too far, making it much harder to manage. For instance, a deficiency in vitamin D can negatively impact your muscles, bones, and immune system. Yet many people are unaware of this until they get tested. It's not uncommon for someone to take the same medications for years without checking if they are truly necessary or if there might be better alternatives. Additionally, many often forget to get an annual checkup for parasites. Even if you're feeling fine, it's important to remember that intestinal parasites can quietly deplete our nutrients and may lead to inflammation. All of these issues can ultimately affect muscle health and overall well-being. I recommend that you visit a doctor and get a checkup, even if you're currently feeling well and have no concerns. Sometimes a routine blood test, a blood pressure check, a review of your medications, and a simple physical examination can reveal issues you weren't even aware of. Don't wait for symptoms to appear. One of the most dangerous mistakes is to ignore what isn't immediately visible. Before we delve into the most dangerous habit, it's important to understand one thing. Sarcopenia isn't just something that happens with age. In fact, it's a disease that doctors are well aware of. Many people believe that muscle weakness only starts after the age of 60 or 70. But the truth is that this process can begin much earlier, sometimes as early as in your 30s, if you don't take steps to support your muscles. That's why it's crucial to consider what you do every day that impacts your muscles. One of the most harmful habits is sitting still for long periods. It may seem harmless, but constant sitting gradually deteriorates your muscles, and at first, you won't even notice any changes. Research shows that if you spend 6 hours a day sitting without breaks, your muscles start to lose strength more quickly, increasing the risk of balance issues and falls. This is as harmful to your body as smoking or consistently consuming too much sugar. Even if you exercise regularly, sitting for long periods still harms your health. Your body interprets prolonged inactivity as a signal that muscles are no longer needed and begins to break them down, particularly in the legs and lower back. To change this habit, you don't need complicated workouts. Just make it a point to stand up more often. Take short breaks every 40 to 60 minutes. Stretch a bit, walk around the room, or rise up on your toes. Simple actions like these can really help break that harmful cycle. However, there's another habit that can be even more detrimental to your health, regardless of your age or how healthy you think you are.